Hello everyone, and welcome back to Steins Gate. I'm G, and we have just been summoned back to Yanabayashi Shrine by Rukako, who is apparently wearing regular clothes. But anyways, let's get into it, because this lack of music is making me feel vaguely unsettled for some reason. Anyways, when I reach the shrine, I find Rukako standing alone in the courtyard. She's dressed in regular clothes instead of her Miko garb. She still hasn't noticed me. Rukako stands still in the silent courtyard. The only movement comes from the trees swaying in the summer breeze. It's like a scene from a movie. I stop and watch in fascination. Finally, Rukako turns around. Our eyes meet. Ahem. I awkwardly clear my throat and walk towards him. Her. Rukako bows her head.
You came. Thank you.
We stare at each other in silence. Crap, this is awkward. I can't stand the silence, so I try to start the conversation. What did you tell Mayuri?
Sorry, but Mayuri-chan's the only one I could talk to about this.
I mean, how much did you tell her?
I kept most of it a secret, especially the stuff about her dying.
That's a relief. Do you still think I'm joking? Rukako shakes her head. She believes me? You said you had something important to talk about, Nya? I'm trying to be gentle, but for some reason I wind up talking like Ferris. I really don't know how to deal with Rukako now that she's a girl. Goodness gracious, I need to work on my pronunciation of the Japanese L. Rukako. Good gracious. Rukako takes a deep breath as if to prepare herself. Her face is turning red for some reason. She opens her mouth to speak, then closes it again. This continues for several cycles. What's wrong with her? Her tension is getting to me. My heart starts pounding like an alarm bell. Yes?
Want to ask?
Yes?
Okabe-san, about what you said yesterday.
Yeah?
I believe you.
That's great! So she's willing to go back to being a guy, even though I hurt her feelings. For her to believe me in spite of that makes me pretty happy. But something's strange about Rukako. She still looks wound up pretty tight. In fact, it's gotten worse. Now she looks on the verge of tears.
So, well, in exchange for becoming a guy again.
In exchange? She wants something in return? I wasn't expecting this.
For today and tomorrow, we can stop before Mayuri-chan is in danger.
What is she talking about? My throat goes dry. I'm so tense and I don't know why.
So, please be my...
I couldn't hear you. One more time? Rukako's voice was even softer than ever. So soft that I couldn't hear her from here.
Please be my... And...
No good. I still can't hear her. Speak up. I'll do anything I can.
Boy and...
What?
Please be my boyfriend.
What? Boyfriend. It takes me a while to process the word. Meanwhile, Rukako starts squirming and fidgeting. She refuses to look me in the eye. My heart is pounding. What's going on? What did she say to me? Boyfriend. 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 She wants me to be her boyfriend until tomorrow? What? Why? Without thinking, I ask the worst possible question. Rukako curls up even smaller.
I like you.
Her voice is as small as the buzzing of a mosquito, but has all the courage she can muster. I feel my heart tighten at those words. Silence. More silence. Wait just a second. This is too sudden. I mean, maybe it's not sudden exactly. I've known about Rukako's feelings since yesterday when Kurisu told me about the romance flag. But still, I didn't think it would come to this. My mind goes blank. I can't think straight. Rukako hangs her head, waiting for my answer. She looks so cute and innocent. I feel myself drawn to... No! No, no, no! That's wrong. That's just wrong. I am not attracted to Rukako. Let me think about it. Give me 5 minutes. I turn and flee like a scared rabbit. I'm so embarrassed I can't look back. 10 minutes later, I get back to the lab. Mayuri's eating a red bean bun.
Ocarine, how'd it go? Did you apologize to Ruka-chan?
Yeah, so put the juicy chicken number 1 in the microwave and nuke it so that the D-mail's basically ABC and...
What?
The microwave developed Knights of the Rosicrucian Order who used alchemy, meaning that the sound of the chime is the brainwashing device, while the chime itself doesn't actually have any meaning at all.
What? Ocarine's broken.
I mutter incoherently as I set up the time leap machine.
What are you doing?
Making a tactical retreat.
Retreat?
How far do I go? As far as I can. Yeah, that's it. Far, far away from here. I jump all the way back to August 11th, the limit of the time leap machine's range. Oh, did you really? You coward. You little coward. When I'm done, Kurisu is standing before me, fiddling with the phone wave names her to change his wiring.
Stop staring, you're distracting me. How many times do I have to tell you?
She's still working on the time leap machine upgrade. I know I shouldn't interrupt her, but there's nobody else I can rely on. Genius neuroscientist, I need to talk to you.
Make it short.
I want you to come with me to Yanabayashi Shrine.
Tell me why. If it's a date or something, then I refuse.
Hoin Kyoma does not go on dates, much less with his assistant. Ridiculous. She's glaring like she's gonna kill me. Let's leave the jokes aside for now. So, I need you to explain the differences between the male brain and the female brain?
What?
I briefly explained my situation and what happened with Rukako before I left. How many times have I explained this to Kurisu now? I think 2.
Okabe-san and Makise-san, did you come to pray?
Not exactly.
Ahem. Actually, we have something to talk to you about, Ujibara-san.
This is the strategy I thought up. Its name is Operation Christina. Rukako reacts differently to me. I already know she'll have a breakdown if I tell her she's a guy. But she's not too familiar with Kurisu, and they're both girls, so it should be easier if Kurisu tells her. That's why I persuaded Kurisu to handle it. So I wait behind Kurisu and watch silently.
What might that be?
Rukako is shy. He was distant with me back when we first met. And I can see she's made a small wall between herself and Kurisu now too. On the other hand, Kurisu is very calm, truly reliable. Kurisu puts on a gentle smile and begins her explanation.
Did you know male and female brains are very different? What?
Hey.
Male brains are right dominant, female brains are left dominant. Yeah? By the way, the right brain handles image processing, spatial processing, and comprehensive judgment. The left brain handles things like language and calculation.
The right and left brains are connected by the corpus callosum, which is more developed in females. You know how people say that girls are better at multitasking? That can be explained by the development of the corpus callosum. What? What the hell is she talking about? Actually, these theories are kind of fringe. They're not really that credible. So if you don't mind, I'd like to do an experiment. An experiment? I want to try mapping your brain patterns to see if they're more male or... Oh my goodness, I can't words. To see if they're more female or male. What is mapping? Rukako is clearly frightened. Brainwave mapping. We just take a sample of your brainwaves. Anyway, you'll understand if you try it, okay? Okay? It won't hurt a bit. No thanks. It'll be okay, I promise. It won't hurt a bit. Just come to the lab and we'll... What kind of perverted old man are you? I lightly chop Kurisu on the head. What? Don't you what me? What did we come here for? What are you going to do if you scare Rukako away? I'm just treating her like a valuable test sub. Go back to the lab, you experiment-loving girl. Yeah, okay, so that's the things I get for going out of my way to help you. I'm gone. You're on your own now. Kurisu leaves the shrine with squared shoulders, muttering darkly to herself. What was Makise-san talking about? Well, basically... Do I have to explain it myself after all? You're actually a guy. The result is the same, of course. I hear the tweeting of small birds outside the window. It's morning now. It's nice and cool early in the morning, even though it's the middle of summer. Too bad the cicadas are already chirping. The sun's not too strong yet. This is the second time I've woken up like this, though the date was different the first time. In any case, my mental state is exactly the same as back then. Through the front door, I hear someone stomping up the stairs. I jump up, thinking it's Mooka, but then I realize who it is. Okabe! There you are! Mayuri enters and greets me with a disapproving pout. Originally, Mayuri was supposed to stay over at the lab, but last night she got a call from someone and left in a hurry. She probably went to see Rukako. Mayuri's very disappointed in you. Mayuri puffs up her cheeks and thrusts a finger at me. Of course. I sigh in frustration. Before I time leaped, this happened on the 14th. Today is the 12th. Since I explained the situation to Rukako early, it looks like Mayuri's protest came early too. You made Ruka-chan cry, didn't you? Ruka-chan told me. She said you said she was a guy. Why would you say such a mean thing, Okarin? I'm going to see her now, so don't worry. Really? Thank goodness. If you weren't going to apologize, then Mayushi was never going to talk to you again. That mail should come any minute now. Okabe-san, I have something important to talk to you about. Please come to the shrine when you can. I'll be waiting, please. It actually came. If I go to Yanabayashi Shrine now, Rukako will confess her love and ask me to be her boyfriend. But please be my boyfriend. But this time, I thought ahead. Christina! Christina! I start yelling at the development room and begin to hear the sounds of someone moving inside. Is Chris-chan sleeping? She worked all night, so you shouldn't wake her up. I know, but I have to do this. Christina, please wake up. Oh, shut up. Kurisu comes out of the development room with sleepy eyes. Chris-chan, doo-doo-doo. Last night, she fell asleep at the desk. The sleeves of her clothes left a mark on her cheek. Her hair is frayed, her eyes are red. She rubs those red eyes. What is it? I'm going to Yanabayashi Shrine. Come with me. It's time for Operation Christina 2. Until the 15th. We can stop before Mayuri-chan is in danger.
So, please be my... Please be my... and... boy... and... please be my boyfriend.
Same as before. Only this time I have to be her boyfriend for 4 days instead of just 2. I guess you could say it's a bold proposal. Fortunately, I came prepared. It's time to set Operation Christina 2 into motion. Last time, things got complicated when I added that experiment-loving girl to the conversation. This time, I had her watch things from the shadows near the staircase. Excuse me, I just need a moment. I turned my back to Rukako and called Kurisu.
Sup, you filthy normal?
Who's a normal? Think about how I feel for once. Did you hear what Rukako said just now?
No, fill me in.
You weren't listening?
How am I supposed to listen from all the way over here?
She confessed until the 15th, then back to manhood.
Roger. And? Why are you asking me? Just granted Ushibara-san's wish.
But it's Rukako.
What's wrong with her? I mean, look how cute she is.
But she's a...
Her being a guy just might be your imagination. From my perspective, she's always been a girl.
Gah.
Just give up. Bye.
Wait. She hung up. Damn, why did I even bring her along? What a useless assistant. I stuff my phone into my pocket and head back to Rukako.
Were you on the phone with Makise-san?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. You looked like you were having fun.
Nonsense. Is this pressure? Is she applying psychological pressure?
So...
Rukako fidgets restlessly.
Your answer?
Please be my boyfriend. A 4-day trial relationship. Will those 4 days feel long or short? I mean, sure, Rukako is cute. She's very slender and delicate, especially around the waist, and her skin is as white as alabaster. Even when Rukako was a guy, I occasionally found myself mesmerized by his girlish demeanor. Biologically, the current Rukako is a girl, so even if we do stuff, there shouldn't be a problem. But still, I'm on a mission to change Rukako back into a guy. I need to accomplish that mission to save Mayuri. If I go out with a girl Rukako and fall in love with her, then will I be able to treat the guy Rukako like I used to? If I forget he's a guy and lose my self-control, it could result in complications. Going out with the current Rukako isn't the problem. I mean, I still have my reservations, but cuteness is justice, right? The real source of my hesitation is the thought of what happens afterwards. The problem isn't Rukako, but my own heart. Besides, I'm supposed to be saving Mayuri, not going out on dates. But on the other hand, Rukako's cooperation is essential to save Mayuri. I won't get anywhere if I reject Rukako and make her cry. For the sake of my goal, I must overcome the problems of my heart. I'll do it. I'll take Rukako's deal. But if we're going to do this, I tell myself, there's one rule that you must follow. You must not fall in love with Rukako. Even if it means trampling on her heart, you must not fall in love. Fall in love, and you could end up walking the forbidden path. Rukako is a guy. A guy, a guy, a guy, a guy. Come on, man. Jesus. Guy, 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 guy. And don't you forget it. Just don't forget. Very well.
Eh?
I'll go out with you, but only until the 15th. Tears immediately fall from Rukako's eyes. Why are you crying?
I'm happy. I was sure that you'd say no. Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Her face is red and her eyes are wet with tears. Yet she's really happy. Seeing her like this, all shy and embarrassed but happy at the same time, makes me feel... She's too cute! I mustn't fall in love, but I'm about to. Why does every single one of her actions have to be so cute? She must be doing it on purpose. There's no other way. Lukako's cuteness is a terror of the universe.
Okabe-san?
What? Lukako wipes her tears away.
Tomorrow,
Duh? What does she mean by duh?
please take me on a date.
What did you say? A date? True, when a couple goes somewhere together, that's called a date. It would really be a dick move if I refused to go on a date right after we started going out. Okay, but where? Doesn't look like she's got a place in mind.
I want to go where you want to go, Okabe-san. I want to know more about the places you frequent, Okabe-san.
So in other words, she wants me to decide for her? It's really unfair to be so cute. People will forgive you for anything you say. I scratch my head in thought. Then I'll come up with something by tomorrow. For now, I just want to get out of the sickeningly sweet atmosphere that's brewing. We arranged to meet tomorrow morning, then I quickly leave the shrine behind. I breathe a sigh of relief at the sparsity of pedestrians on Mansebashi Bridge. Well? Kurisu is walking behind me. She was completely useless.
Did you agree to go out with her? Well, I can kind of guess based on Rushibara-san's reaction.
Wait, you saw that?
You told me to watch, didn't you?
Oh yeah. I was expecting her to give me advice. Guess I should have known better. We're going on a date tomorrow.
Yeah?
Kurisu makes a small nasal sound. She hasn't been making eye contact.
Our insane mad scientist is dating a high school girl. That's not insane at all.
Gah. Damn you, Kurisu. Must you always be so cynical? Let's just ignore her and get to the lab. But just as I quicken my pace, she grabs my shoulder and pulls me back. I almost fall down backwards. What was that for?
Sorry, I didn't mean to be snippy. I'm just a little irritated.
Kurisu doesn't tell me what she's irritated about. Instead, she starts rubbing her temples.
You made this choice to save my Eri, so I'll change my way of thinking too. Anyway, do you have any plans for your date tomorrow?
Date plans. I told Drukako I'd come up with something by tomorrow. So far, I've made no progress. I can't help but feel uneasy about the whole thing, even though I'm doing it to save my Eri.
Well, do you?
This calls for Hoin Kyoma. I have only one thing to say, assistant mine. I am the great Hoin Kyoma, a mad scientist with an IQ rivaling that of Isaac Newton himself.
And?
Naturally, as a mad scientist, I have no interest in this thing mortals call love. My incredible brain is devoted to the destruction of the system that controls the world and the birth of a new age of chaos.
You're obviously a virgin. Thank you very... Huh? Pretend you didn't just hear that.
Damn you, assistant. How dare you point out the truth so bluntly? I won't forget this insult.
Sorry.
And what about you? Your experience must be vast indeed if you think you can lecture me about it.
Ah.
I don't miss Christina's grimace. That's what I thought. You spend all your time on research, so you've got zero experience, don't you? You must have been awfully lonely in America, huh?
Shut up. What's wrong with being a virgin? Huh?
The genius girl who cried virgin at the center of Akiba. I wouldn't be surprised to see it plastered across the blogosphere. Thankfully, it's early morning, but there are still a few pedestrians grinning at Kurisu.
Let's get out of here.
Kurisu starts to hurry away.
What's important for a first date is to make a good impression. An unclean appearance is out of the question. A haircut is especially important. Long hair looks dirty, so it's no good. For clothes, you should wear something exactly the right size. Though it may be trendy, especially in Akiba, for young men to wear baggy clothes, it looks sloppy, so it's not good.
Why exactly am I in a maid cafe getting date advice from my younger assistant, who is also a girl?
On the first date, conversation tends to break due to mutual nervousness. What's important is to play conversation catch. One-sided conversations aren't fun for the other side. Girls especially like to talk, so the guy should try to keep the conversation going. Not just by listening, throwing in appropriate responses is also necessary. Responsiveness gives the girl the impression that you're really listening to her. Basically, you need to be the opposite of yourself. Anyway, focus on acting normal for now. No more of that idiotic laughter. You're too heavy-handed with girls, you talk too pompously, you fire off nonsensical delusions.
Hey, you're just reading out of a dating manual, so you've got no right to look down on me, you American virgin. Since neither of us knows anything about romance, we're studying out of a dating manual we bought on the way here.
Who are you calling an American virgin?
Who else but you?
Yeah, sure thing, virgin. There's a saying, a fortress is judged by how many attacks it repulses. A soldier is judged by how many fortresses he takes.
That's not a saying. Don't look so proud of yourself.
You're right, this is a dumb argument. Anyway, this dating manual actually says some pretty interesting things.
Kurisu flips through the manual on top of the table.
Like, when walking down the street, be sure to put yourself between your date and the road. Or, whatever you do, don't make the girl pay for anything. Okay, for your date tomorrow, make sure you follow all these rules.
I wonder if I can really be that careful.
And after that, there's carry a clean handkerchief. Spread it out when the girl goes to sit on a park bench.
I'm not her butler.
But that's what the book says. When it's time to eat, avoid fast food of all kinds. Family restaurants are borderline acceptable. Anything else depends on your budget.
Family restaurants are borderline? Where are the family restaurants in Akiba?
Arrive at the meeting place at least 15 minutes early. Tardiness is unacceptable.
15 minutes early?
Then you just need to decide where to take her. Movies, art galleries, strolling through town, and food are all safe.
I see. It's easier than I thought. I was under the impression that a first date required going to a beautiful beach resort, exchanging your first kiss bathed in the light of the setting sun, and stuff like that.
Oh, that's really romantic. I mean, that's virgin imagination at full throttle. You've read too much manga.
You too.
Besides, your date's a minor, so don't even think about bringing her to a hotel, okay?
What do you take me for? That way lie forbidden lusts. Not to mention, Luka is such an innocent girl. If I brought her to a hotel, she'd probably faint from shock.
That just about covers it. Well, was my lecture helpful?
You mean the manual's lecture? Anyway, strolling around town counts as a date, huh? In that case, I don't have to waste money.
Nya, Kyoma, are you going on a date, Nya? Ferris comes to our table carrying drinks. Thanks for waiting. I'll prepare your iced coffee, Nya.
As usual, she pours in milk and syrup right in front of me. Kurisu watches this with great interest. I guess this is her first time at a maid cafe.
Is Mayushi the lucky girl, Nya?
Ferris winks at me playfully while stirring Kurisu's iced coffee. Why would you think that? Okay, let's see. Mayuri!
Mayushi's been happy lately. Oh, I guess there's one thing I'm a little sad about. But if you add everything up, I'm 120% satisfied with my life.
Wait, what? What was that about? That's a little suspicious, just out of the blue. I don't know. Why would you think that?
Nya, not her, Nya. Then
Ferris looks at Kurisu.
Is it her, Nya?
No, she's my assistant. Kursu and I exchange glares sharper than a sword's blade. I swear sparks are flying.
And some other girl, nya? Kyoma, you tomcat. You're making moves on too many girls, nya? Oh, so you're making moves on too many girls, huh?
What nonsense. Well, I guess I did hug Ferris. But that was on the 14th, so when I time leaped to the 12th, it was undone. I shake off a pang of loneliness and return to the conversation. The next day finds me strolling around Akiba with Rukako.
So, where to next?
Event number 1, lunch at a family restaurant, is already complete. I took care of the bill, and now we're back out in the heat. I've got the entire day planned out in my head. The next event is... How about we take a walk around town?
Okay.
It's Obon holiday, so Akiba is crowded. I don't know why I said holiday. To avoid the crowds, we end up walking through the back streets. My plan is to walk with Rukako all the way to Ueno and back. That should be enough, right? I walk quickly. This conversation thing isn't going so well. I tried to follow the guide's advice and be a good listener, but Rukako's silent by nature. She doesn't really start talking on her own. Even at the family restaurant, the words we exchanged were mostly just things like, "It's crowded today," "It's delicious," and "It was delicious." I think it was a mistake to just wander around. Especially since we've ended up in a residential area with no interesting scenery whatsoever.
Okabe-san.
Rukako speaks up. She's a few steps behind me. Yeah? I stop and turn around. Rukako catches up and we start walking together again.
Do you remember? About the first time you and I met?
Yeah. Of course, what I actually remember is how I met the male Rukako. It was during Golden Week in May. I was searching Akiba for materials to build a new future gadget when I saw Rukako in his Miko garb, surrounded by some cameramen.
Please stop, I can't.
But please, let me take just one photo. La cosplay Super Moe. I've never seen such a cute Miko cosplayer before.
This isn't cosplay.
If you can make a cute pose, I'd be super happy. Do that thing, you know? The thing Megami-tan does in Miko Miko Overdrive. Yeah, that would be awesome. You know Megami-tan, right? Can you do it for us?
I don't know, sorry.
What's wrong? If you come to Akiba and cosplay, that means you want people to take your picture, right? That's right. Or are you rejecting us because we're losers?
No, it's just, this isn't cosplay.
To be honest, the Miko garb fascinated me. Because Miko are sacred, chosen to serve the gods. I know college girls are doing it for money these days, but as far as I'm concerned, that's sacrilege. As is demanding to photograph a sacred Miko, I couldn't let it pass. You with the cameras!
Eh? Who are you?
Heh, who am I? I am the great Ho-Wing Kyoma, bearer of the mightiest brain since Einstein himself, the insane mad scientist who will bring chaos to the world!
What's wrong with this guy? He's nuts.
Stop right there. This Miko clearly does not want your attention.
Get out of here, Chunibyo. You trying to be cool and save a girl for smacks in return? You're just another pervert.
Look in the mirror when you say that. You're the ones harassing this frail girl, forcing her to take perverted pictures. Have you no otaku pride?
I'm
A cameraman who frightens a sacred Miko is no cameraman at all. He's nothing but low-life scum, unfit to walk the holy streets of Akiba.
What? Everyone's aiming for low angle shots of cute 3D girls. I'm sure cosplayers should take what they get. When you cosplay in Akiba, you're asking to get photographed. That's how it works.
No, I'm a guy.
Instantly, our jaws drop to the ground.
So, there's no point in photographing me.
Ruko murmured sadly.
Really? No way. Someone this cute can't be a guy.
I am a guy. I even have an Adam's apple. Rukako lifted his chin a bit, exposing his pale neck. That gesture was really sexy, but there was indeed a lump on his neck.
You've got one down there, too.
Rukako nodded, reluctantly. He was already crying by that point. So were the cameramen.
What the hell? This is fraud. What kind of guy wears Miko robes? You some kind of pervert? Thank God I didn't take a picture. I feel tricked.
They left the place, mumbling complaints all the while. Those bastards were a disgrace to otaku everywhere. Daru would have said something like,
Someone this cute can't be a girl. So you're a trap? Awesome.
Daru is the true otaku.
Thank you very much.
Nah, it's nothing.
But you're disappointed that you saved a guy, aren't you? I'm sorry, I can't live up to your expectations.
What's your name?
Urushiba Luka.
Why are you apologizing?
I mean, I look like this, but I'm a guy.
It matters not!
Huh?
It doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl. We need to work on that inferiority complex of yours. Come with me. I shall bestow upon you a mighty gift, an item that will give you courage. I'm sure you too have noticed the true power that sleeps inside of you. What's wrong? You desire power, don't you?
Power?
Indeed, I can grant you power. All you need is the will, the desire, the hunger. Never again will you fear a camera lens.
After that, we went to Bladeworks and you bought me Samadare. I didn't expect that.
Ah, well, I didn't expect he'd actually come with me. But when he did, I realized that he had potential. That's why I bought him the 980 yen, tax included, demon sword. Afterwards, Rukako and I went through intense training to develop the Seishin Zanma sword of School of Swordsmanship. Dear God, I cannot read, apparently. In retrospect, I can't believe I said all of that ridiculous stuff. It makes me want to crawl in a hole and hide.
I was really surprised when you said it didn't matter, but at the same time it really made me happy. It's strange, huh? Those words really moved me.
Rukako's cheeks then turned rosy pink. Her blush is too powerful. I have to look away.
Ever since you said those words, I've liked you.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a goddamn second. Is she saying what I think she's saying? But that Rukako was a guy. Does that mean I made the guy Rukako fall in love with me? My mind goes blank. Oh god. Sounds like someone is very insecure in his sexuality. And that person is Okabe Taro. By the time I drop her back off at the shrine, I'm worn out physically and mentally. We ended up walking for 4 hours straight, which was tiring, but my mental exhaustion is greater. In the end, we didn't talk much. We just walked.
Today was really fun.
Really? She's just saying that out of consideration. I can tell that she's forcing her smile. All through the date, I couldn't stop thinking about the time Rukako fell in love with me, so I barely made conversation at all. That manual is completely useless. On this world line, Rukako was a girl from the beginning, so Rukako's memories of when we first met might be inconsistent with mine. But even with that in consideration, Rukako's story still fell out of place.
So,
Rukako fidgets as she whispers. What is it?
Well, tomorrow.
Yeah? She wants to go on a date again tomorrow? I mean, we are a couple, and we are going out, and that means we like each other, and it's summer break right now, so it's natural to go on a date every day.
I want to be with Okabe-san again tomorrow.
Thanks.
Is that okay?
Of course it is. Yes, of course.
Thank goodness.
Rukako smiles again. She looks so happy and relieved. Seeing her like this makes incomprehensible feelings well up inside me. Well, see you tomorrow.
I feel a huge weight on my shoulders. Another date tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Do-do-do. Welcome back, Irene.
Die, you filthy normal.
When I return to the lab, I am greeted by my airy smile and Daru's pure hatred.
Since when does a Chinibyo patient like you rate a girlfriend? It's not right, man.
How'd your day with Luka-chan go?
Well, stage clear somehow. Probably. Probably not, actually.
Komima's the day after tomorrow, you know? What if you and Luka-chan go as a cosplay couple? Maybe you can persuade her to go, now that you're her boyfriend. She never says yes to me, and I've asked her so many times too. But if Ocarine asks her, then I'm sure she'll say okay.
I refuse.
Why?
Because Komima is on the 15th. My Eri is fated to die that night. How am I supposed to spend the hours before her death cosplaying at Komima? To be honest, I don't get this dating thing.
Yeah. Ocarine, you idiot. Those words are an insult to virgins the world over. Apologize. Apologize to the virgins.
Just think about it. All you do is walk, eat, and go home. And the whole time you have to worry about what your partner is thinking. What's fun about that?
Don't say that, Ocarine. You'll make Luka-chan sad.
Mayuri's expression is uncharacteristically serious.
You know, just being with the person she likes is enough to make a girl happy. That's all she really needs. Doesn't being together make boys happy too? If not, that makes Mayuri sad.
Why would that make Mayuri sad?
Ocarine's the minority. I mean, dates are a great opportunity for H scenes.
You're an idiot.
Come on, holding hands and stuff's pretty H, isn't it? And when you're arm in arm and her boob hits your elbow, that's like super mega H. And then at the end of the date, you kiss, right? Damn you, death to normals.
You played too much eroge.
Hey! When did Luka-chan fall for Ocarine?
When? Well,
I was really surprised when you said it didn't matter, but at the same time it really made me happy. Ever since you said those words, I've liked you.
I think back on what she said. Something still feels off about her story. I said that Ruka's gender didn't matter. I remember that clearly. But didn't I say that because Rukako was a guy? Right. That doesn't make sense. Now I know what feels out of place. I wouldn't have said that to a female Rukako, so why does this Rukako remember what I said back then? I recall what happened with Ferris.
I remember, Nya. The wish Ferris made was to save Papa, who died 10 years ago, Nya.
Ferris regained her memories from before she sent the D-mail. Could Rukako too have remembered the previous world line where she was a guy? That would explain everything. However, she remembers that event and she said she liked me for it, so... Did Rukako like me even when she was a guy? I think I need to check this out. The next morning, I head to the shrine to meet with Rukako. She's already waiting in the courtyard. When she sees me, she smiles and waves her hand. Too cute. Must resist.
Good morning.
Morning.
Where are we going today?
Before that,
Yes?
I make up my mind and throw out the question. Do you have any memories of when you were a guy? Rukako twitches for a moment, and then she hangs her head.
No, I don't.
Really? Rukako just nods stiffly. I consider a more forceful approach, but the words of that dating manual blaze inside my head. Whatever you do, don't make the girl sad. You might get dumped. If I get dumped, then what will happen to our 4-day agreement? Rukako might refuse to turn back into a guy. No, Rukako's not like that. Mayuri's life hangs in the balance, so I'm sure no matter what I say, she'll turn back.
Or is it naive of me to think that? Either way, even though I'm doing this to save my Eri, I can't just trample on Rukako's pure maidenly heart. Neither one of us speaks. Mutual distrust? Suspicion? Discomfort? One word could shatter our temporary relationship. Luka is the first to break the suffocating silence. I'm sorry. Let's cancel today's date. Rukako bows her head and goes back into the shrine office. I hurt her. I feel guilty, but at the same time relieved. I hate myself for it. And I think that that is a pretty good place to cut it. We have been kind of an awful boyfriend to Rukako, and definitely a lot worse than she deserves. She deserves better. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes, and how inept Okabe is in the future. But, for now, thank you all so much for following my playthrough of Steins Gate, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now!